Hi everyone, welcome to Intro to Computer Coding. In this course, we will be going over various aspects of computer coding using the website code.org. If you want to follow along and do some of the puzzles yourself, we recommend you create an account. So in this course, you will learn how to use the website code.org, as I said, understand the concept of block-based coding. We'll talk more about that soon. We're also going to solve puzzles, create art, make games, and do a whole lot of fun stuff. So as I said, you should definitely create a code.org account, since we'll be using the puzzles on that website to explain various aspects of computer coding. So if you want to try some of them yourself, you should go and create an account. It's free and it's easy. So that brings us to the question, what is computer coding? So computer code or program code is a set of instructions forming a computer program which is executed by a computer. This source code is translated into machine code by a compiler or interpreter so that the computer can execute it to perform its tasks. And that's a nice straightforward definition from Wikipedia, and I find that helpful sometimes to get something straightforward and literal. So computers obviously can't understand English or another language, so we have to write in what is called programming languages, like JavaScript or HTML. And we have to program really specific instructions for computers to understand. And so in this course, we're going to be programming games and puzzles and stuff. But we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're not going to write in a programming language. So we are going to be using block-based coding. So block-based coding is when you assemble blocks or pieces of code instead of actually writing in a programming language. Because, a programming language can be kind of tedious to learn. It can be quite complicated. And so the block-based coding really allows you to just focus on what you're trying to program instead of worrying about whether you wrote the right thing or you made a mistake. And it's a lot simpler and it's not as frustrating. And that's what we're going to be doing on code.org. So here's what it looks like when you're using blocks. We have these pieces that you snap together, and they all perform a different function, like set color, or draw a pinwheel, or set the sides, or set the length, or repeat. And then underneath, though, is actually this. Now this is JavaScript, and this is what it would look like if we actually wrote this out. But on code.org, we're going to be using the blocks to make it a lot simpler instead of writing all this out, because this would take a while and it's quite hard to learn. As you can see, it looks kind of confusing. So instead of taking all that time to write it out, we have the blocks that make it a lot simpler and more fun. So here's a typical puzzle on code.org, and this is how it's set up. You have the instructions. So they're going to be a little bit different for each puzzle, so you got to make sure you read them. The workspace, where you actually snap together the blocks. The toolbox. These are where all the blocks you need to solve the puzzle are. And this is the play area. This is where you actually see your code run, whether it's a game or a drawing or something. So in this one, the goal is to get the Angry Bird to the pig. And so this is where you actually see it run. So let's try a few simple puzzles. So on code.org, if you've created an account, go to the Express course, the 2018 version. Go to Lesson 2, Coding with Angry Birds, and we'll start with the second puzzle. So the instructions for this puzzle are to drag all of the blocks together and click Run to watch it go. So as you see, I've put all the blocks together. And then I press Run, and the bird can reach the pig. So each one of those blocks represents one space. So let's go on to the next one. So this time we needed an extra move forward block. So we could go 1, 2, 3 spaces. Those are pretty easy, so let's try another one. So, in this one, there's one extra block that is going to cause the bird to crash. Throw it away by unhooking it from the gray blocks and dragging it back to the toolbox. So a lot of times you'll see puzzles like this, where there's an extra block thrown in, and it causes the puzzle to run wrongly. So let's see how it works with the extra block. So it looks like the pig is moving forward too many times. So we need to take it out. And put those back together. And then the bird successfully reached the pig. Just like that. So I encourage you to finish the rest of those puzzles. Those are some easy ones to get started with. And thanks for watching, and check back soon for our next video.